gonna open WebStorm, and what I want to do is create like a contact card app, and I want to be able to play with state and objects in state. So I'm creating a project, and this will just be called phone card playground React. Actually went over here, so I'm create a new React file, and I need my terminal. So it's going to be ls, there's nothing in there, so we're going to do npm create like phone card app, and we are using React, JavaScript, and we're going to ls cdn to phone card app, npm install. Let it install what it needs to install. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and run that service at npm run dev, I believe. Yep. Cool. So now I got all of this stuff that I don't care about going on in here. So what I would do is go to source, and I like to have CSS directory, so I'll do styles, then I'll do another one for components, and I'm thinking about maybe doing pages to practice some routes, so I'll do pages, and I probably won't, but I'll just keep it there. And my CSS, it's gonna go into styles. I'll take app and put it in component. And for styles, I just want to get rid of all of this. Get rid of all of this. You see, all the styles went away. What do I want to do? I want to look at this component and get rid of useState. I will keep useState, but I'm going to get rid of this logo. I will keep styles and get rid of useState there. And what am I going to do here? I'll keep div there. I'll remove all of this stuff that I don't want. And why did that break? So one more div there. Cool. So now we have a blank page. Yeah, let's do h1. Hello world. Cool. Well, alright, so like I said, I think I want to do something like we'll go to Figma, huh? Figma. And FigJam, let's try that. And what I pretty much want is a card. It's too big, I'll just make a card. Okay, a card. And this side of this card maybe has a picture, a person, maybe a phone number, no, a name. So first name, last name. We'll have a button here that says call, and maybe something here that says status. Status. We'll have a status here to let you know if you called or not. So if you called them already, it's going to be red, meaning I already called this guy. And let's see, we'll have more cards. But in this case, it would be green if we still need to call the person. So we've already called these two people, and we still need to call those people. So what we're going to do is create some components and play with some state. So what I mean by state is each one of these cards, well, I don't know, each one of the cards is going to have state, and that state's going to be the first name. I should have just put that there like that. Oh, that's first name, last name, so it's going to do it like this. First name, last name, did call, has called, and I think that's all we need. First name, last name, has called. So it's gonna, oh, we need a picture. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it. Okay, so then we can start building those components. And so we're gonna have a card that goes into the app. So let's look at our card. So let's build a card app. JavaScript. This is gonna be our contact card.jsx, and going to do a export default function. This function is going to be a contact card. Okay, and we're going to return some JSX. We can do an empty div. Well, whatever, we'll just keep that there. So that's the contact card. Inside this contact card, there's going to be a photo, first name, last name. So it's going to be contact information. So I guess inside that contact card, we can just leave this like it is. Like, we don't need to put a component for a picture and a component for all of that stuff. We could just contact card, maybe have a component. Let's see, because I really don't see, I can see everything just going in the contact card. Well, maybe I'll have everything have a component. Let me think about this. So does everything need a component? Okay, let's just shoot. And okay, file, but at the same time, each card has an object, each card has state, and okay, so we're not going to do each object like that. We'll just do it like this. So here's the card. Let's do some CSS for the card. So we're going to import. Say, let me do this. It's import styles. So it's app import app dot slash asset slash, it's not assets, it's in styles slash app.css. So now we're just going to use that one, or we can use contact, I guess. Style sheet, contact card, contact card. And so our styles in this div, I'm going to put style, and style is going to equal, put in there. Oh, let's go class name. I'm doing class name. Contact card. No, yeah, we just put card. Yeah, card, and so that's our card, and let's just put this h1 in there. Hello world. here, contact card. So we go to the app. No, that's CSS. We need to go to app, and we're going to import that contact card. Import dot import contact card from / contact card JS, and we'll put that contact card here, contact card there. So contact card filtering import styles contact card CSS. Does this file exist? I guess I did that wrong for one. Okay, so that's our contact card. So now we go back to contact card there. I think we should have seen hello world. Since we got contact card there. Our app is there. Let's see, H1. Okay, that's why import styles contact card CSS. One out of two CSSs. That's why. Okay. Cool, so now we see hello world there. Let's style this card up, CSS, and I think this was just contact card, or just card dot card, and background, use, I guess this squirrel white maybe. That's too light. That works. Just a little bit lighter. Okay. So then we want a width of okay, let's go ahead and do all of our margins to 0, padding to 0, and our font size to 10 pixels. So our width is going to be, let's go with 50 REM, and height 50 REM. Okay, it's way too big. Go 2020. Actually 2040. A little bit bigger, 25. Good enough for me. All right, so then we'll do margin radius, border radius, and we'll do that about 25%, I think. Too much, 20%. Okay, 10%, actually. 2 REM. Okay. Then we're going inside this card, we're going to do display, flex, and justify content for everything in the center. Let's go ahead and align items to the center. Okay. So everything in this card is doing what it needs to do. We just got hello world there, and we should also be able to get multiple contact cards. 3. And what we'll do is give it some margin about 1 REM. Cool. And another thing we can do is let's see, card. That's fine. So inside app, we can do app.css .app background. What was it? App background. two actually. So just one to do display flex. There we go. And what else I want to do as far as that is, okay, so like I said, we need objects. So let's see, each one, that can be a name. So we'll use, I think we said, so some structure in here. First name, last name, pick URL, and last name. So it did call or something like that. What did I call it? Has called. Has called. Okay. So then we can use, should we use first name there? First name, last name. That's weird, why did I do that? Last name. And we're going to actually put those in here as far as, so you get first names to Leo, last name to Penrose, first one, home, and let's see, profile pic. Link. I think there's a like a mock one or something. Can I use this? User image, profile picture. There we go, that's what I need. We use this guy. And we'll copy image link. And this one was called pick URL. Since it was me, I guess I could have used my own picture, whatever. Here we're going to use image img, and the source is equal to pick URL. Style real quick. Style, and this will be border radius. We'll make this 20 pixels. Does that work? Does it work? 20 pixels. 50%. Width is 50 pixels. 50 pixels. Okay. Good enough for me. 75 pixels. Okay. Colors. Just line center. Content to center. Center. Flex direction column. Okay, pinwheels. I said I was gonna put a call button down there. Bob and Smith farmers. We need another random image. Looks like a Dan. Come on, Dan. Image link. There we go. Or just put a random number in. There we go, 9. And I need a call button. Has called. Style inline, background, screen. Okay. Not gonna do that. And content card CSS. Button. Background. Green color. And border none. And width is 4rm. Radius. Button, active, button, cover. Going to make it a darker green. Maybe lighter. And the cursor, sort of a pointer. Okay, active didn't really work. got the button, and in the corner we want some type of status. Like, how would I do that? Would I just put an image? What if I just use the emoji? Green dot emoji. Does that work? And I just put it into not H1, let's do H3. Green dot emoji. Okay. And then let's see, red dot emoji. Well, actually, let's not put that there. This would just be as called. Well, this would be let's put status here, status, and then we could call status because I don't know what's happened there. Call status, and we'll say here up top, call status, yeah. Call status equal true. Okay. So if, with the ternary, and if call stat, if has called is true, then we will return this one. Green ball. Green dot. Copy. Red dot. Else we'll print this one. Okay, red dot doesn't. What about red X? Red X show? It's the green. Okay, whatever. What does that look like? Save there. What I want to do is make one of them false. That's called false. Okay, that actually worked. But it's actually the other way around. If you called it, it should be red. Called Bob yet. Okay. All right, so all of that now, what's going on? What I want to do is play around with state. So let's see what I can do. Each contact card holds some type of state. Okay, so what I may be able to do, well, does it have to hold some type of state anyway? Why do I need state here? If I'm able to use props, why do I need state? Well, the difference between props and state is a question that you should probably know. So I believe one of them is temporary, one of them allows me to change. So if I need to change something, I want to use state. If it's going to stay the same, I want to use prop. So has called is going to change. So has called needs to be state. So I can set some state for has called, because that's something that's changing. So I would do let called, call status set call status equal react.useState, and its initial value is going to be whatever has called is. and we're going to say call status has called, so it's going to be true. And what I need to do is, of course, get rid of this because it's double now. So, I think I could just do call status. We'll call it something else. Call status dot, and then this will be call status dot. Did that change? Call status dot. It did. Okay, so I want to be able to change this state based off of a button press. So state changes depending on what has called is. So I want to be able to change the call status based off a press. So based off this button press, I want to run a function, and this function is going to change the call status to false. So right now the call status is whatever I put it in there initially, and actually the default call status should just be you haven't called. I'll put that. So default is false. How does that change this? Huh. How come either false or true does not affect what the call dot looks like? Oh, because this is based off of call dot status is based off of has called, when it should be based off of call status. There we go. So now everything is false, meaning you didn't call. And the initial is going to be has called here. Okay, maybe I don't bring a prop in. I just say initially everything is true. Okay, so then I don't need a prop because this is what is changing. And then I set a function called handle state. Handle state is going to handle some state. So handle state is going to, let's make sure console.log blah blah blah. Make sure this is a method here. And button, I can do on click, run this function called handle some state, and it should pretty much just run blah blah blah. Console.log, does it do that? Yeah. It does. Huh. It's interesting because now I think I'm gonna have to deal with IDs because I don't know which one. I don't think I know which one of these is actually making the call. Because I don't know which one I'm pressing. So if I press this, it just it makes it for every one of them. So I wonder if I need a button for each. No, because each card has its own state. That's the whole point. Yeah, so this is only going to change the state for that one card, so I don't need anything like that. So what I'm going to do is do a set call status, and pretty much just say the previous status is equal to the opposite of what it is. and that should change it. So if I called them, now I said I did call them already, and well, this is supposed to be false. So each one starts off as false, meaning that I didn't call them. So once I press, you know what, green should definitely mean that I called them already. So yeah, messed that up. Let's do it like that. So these are the people that I still have to call, and when I hit call, okay, I called them. When I hit call, I called him already. Then you say, you know what, I didn't call him, I did on accident, but I called him. So in that case, I'm dealing with state. Yeah, I did want to find a way to do it as an object, but I guess if I wanted to do an object, I could maybe just put an object, so just it's in a contact card. As a contact card, maybe I can just do something like obj is equal to then put maybe first name, another object in there. Then you could do first name, and do last name. I don't know if this was gonna work, but play with it. Okay, so that's my object, and let's see if I can so obj, which is object, and here we'll do obj object. Well, maybe it needs to be, is object a keyword? I can use that. Here it will be obj dot first name. That didn't work like I thought it was going to work. It was obj dot first name. If I just put obj. Objects are not valid to React child objects with keys, first name, last name. You meant to render a collection of children, use array instead. Found object with keys. So I guess I can't put an object in there. Okay, whatever. Keep your objects then. What about if I don't think that would work either. I tried to destructure an object. Okay, what happens if I do props? And here I did props dot first name. Of course that worked. Props dot obj dot first name. Just get rid of this for the time being. Same thing. Not work like that. Props object is undefined. Okay, you can't do objects. So Good to know. Fix that. I think what I could do though is where I was trying to do an object there, take that out. Go back to 3 cards and in contact card. If I want it, I guess instead of using okay, we can do this instead of props. Okay, I'll still use picture. But first name, last name is not there anymore. And this. Okay, so I want to create an object, so let my obj equal the object that I was going to put. And so we'll do first name. So these are all things that are changing. So first name, last name changes based off of what though? That doesn't make much sense. So why would first name, last name change? Okay, I could do it like that. So, no, because everybody needs to have a first name starting out. So, yeah, that doesn't work. That's a weird use case. I think the only other way I can try to do that is instead of using just these dots here, I could do let status dots equal, and you can say has called, and that's going to equal the green one, meaning that yes, I've called. Has not called, it's going to be this weird looking one. Red. Okay, so now what we can do is we have object, so and it starts with false. Like, how would I use state in order to manipulate or change status dots? But it's really just this, I guess. Has called, and it would be empty at first. And here I can do call status. That's an object. And here I can do call status. Set call status, and it starts out its call status with has called false, and here I will set the initial to initials, everything's still false. Initials, everything's still false. And I have has called here. Well, I guess I can use that too. I probably can just use that. I can use status dots dot has called, and that works the same way. Then I want a function that changes status dots. So set call status, previous stats, and what I want to do, previous state, is return another object with a previous state. Why isn't that one working? Return an object, and we would do like that. We need to do has called and make that equal to previous state dot has called the value. Oh, status dots. No, you can't use status dot has called. I have to use previous state dot has called. I can just use call status, right? It's equal to the opposite of call status. So I'm not changing call status, I'm just looking at call status. Call status dot as called. And so that should still be able to, yeah. But it doesn't change it back, so. And that's why it doesn't change it back, because I used I think so has called, and I'm changing that to the opposite of has called, and it always knows this state, and it takes this state, which was it starts as red, so when I switch it, it takes that. And it's still red right now, so when I press call again, it still takes it and switches it. So I still need the previous state, but I don't know how to get the previous state. As called, previous state dot as called. Does that work? That just changes everything. Well, it doesn't do anything. Well, it does. Why does that do that? That's weird. I would think it wouldn't do anything. So all of them start as false. So when I press that, why does it turn? I don't understand that. It takes the previous state, but has called and still keeps it false, so that should stay the same. That should not be changing. Previous state. So taking everything in the previous state. Well, let's see what happens when I do this. Doesn't even let me do that. previous state. And this is going to be as called. That does nothing. It's expected. So what if I just say previous state? So we need to take everything in that previous state. This should do nothing as well. Why does that turn green? So all I'm doing is returning the previous state. And the previous state is what it's always been. Oh, I know why. Because this is has called. No. Status that dot is false. So that's false. DevLog. I don't understand why the hell this is changing. If this is true, do this one. If it's false, do that one. So these all started red because it's all false. And if I put true here, these should all change colors. False there. So I'll change colors. Okay. But when I hit the button, it turns green, which I don't expect that to be. It turns green if call status is equal to true. That's weird. Wow, you have to explicitly do that. Okay. So now, okay, wow. So true, refresh, and when I hit, so this is true, true. So now I'm saying if it's true, then make it green. But they should all be green. Yeah, they're all green. And now I'm saying return previous state. The previous state is true. Setting call status, the previous state. Previous state is what it has been already. So it shouldn't change colors. That makes no sense. Why are you changing colors? This doesn't change because it's false. So that makes sense to me. And then what I can do is previous state's only one thing, so I can literally just take dot. What happens if I take this? Can't do that. Take previous state dot as called, or take as called. dot brief state dot as called. Is equal to true. Broke it. Let's just put as called so we get the true. State dot as called. Okay, take state. Let's see. What if I add another one in there? Let me see. And sense as called. Can't get that as called. I'll get the status dots dot as called dots dot as called is equal to. Let me try this one more time. So I'm gonna erase all this. Okay, then we'll return this brief state and use parameter, whatever. Okay, and close that up. And call that, I would assume it has no value at all. Do previous state. Previous state. Nothing, which I should, and then previous state dot. I should be able to use dot notation to call, to access one of these properties. It's like has call is equal to true. It seemed like it would work, but then it breaks. Can I assign to the property? It's not an object. Can't assign to property as called. Not an object. Like that. I probably could do something else like that. And that fucking works. Is it because I need has call? So when I press this, it should change it to fucking true. Console.log rest. Okay, I don't understand. That's called. I don't know how to teach. I'm doing the spread operator. Doesn't the spread operator works on previous states? So what it does is it takes everything in that object and puts it back. But if I was to say has called as let's see whatever and assign it to whatever true. They should have no issue with that. Yeah, there's no issue. And let's do console.log. Status dots. So you can see it's there. No, it's not there. So those two, even after I set call status. Oh, I know why. That's because it's not using this whole object. It's just calling one property. I need to take this out, and now this uses this whole thing. That makes sense now. So let's get rid of handle state for now. And where it's breaking it is, of course, right here. I'll put that back later. Let's see. And that dot is coming from call status dot. Call status dot. Call status dot. Yeah, so call status. Going to do call status dot has called is equal to true. There we go. Now I can do my onClick again, run my handle. Is it something change? Oh, handle state. And this is handle state. And what I want to happen is this is console.log some stuff. Log blah blah blah. So it does that. And now what I wanted to do is to take set call status, and you take the previous state and return this object that has everything in the previous state. Return everything in the previous state plus take previous state dot has called that the previous state that has called and make that to false for now. Equal to false. Don't you like it? Sense. Give it the fucking previous state. Still have a fucking issue with it. Maybe previous state is already what the fuck? That works though. called. So what if I did dot state dot has called. So I don't like that one, but I can change this. Pretty much this is just the opposite of pre-state that has called. I don't understand like what this is about then. Why don't it's working? Whatever. Same thing. It's weird. Whatever. That's what I wanted to do anyway. I wanted to be able to use object and change state and play around with that. So there we have it. So I haven't called Bob Smith. I already called him, so it's cool. Need to call Leo. Called him, we're good. Only one we need to call is Dan. And I was thinking before to have, if this is a called state, then have it go to another page. If I can do also like a condition saying that if I already called it, then remove the whole card. Another time.